Hello students, our topic for today is cytokine. As we have discussed beta that cytokines are required for the production of humoral or cell mediated immune response. We have studied till now about humoral and cell mediated immune response. If you people remember, there we have discussed when TH cell are going to interact with class 2 MHC molecules, or when TH cell, activated TH cell, interact with the B cell, it releases some chemical substances which are known as cytokines. So we can say that the complex interaction between the cells is mediated by a group of proteins which are collectively designated as cytokines. So as a layman, cytokine are the chemical substances which are low molecular weight in weight and regulatory proteins which are secreted by the white blood cells and other cells of the body in order to cell to cell interaction and communication between the cells. So beta, cytokines, these are bind to specific receptors on the membrane of the target cell. Like this diagram is showing that cytokine producing cells produce cytokine, and these cytokines are bind to the specific receptors on the surface of target cell in order to produce the biological effects. So the cytokines and their fully assembled receptors exhibit high affinity for each other to deliver the intracellular signals, and cytokines and their receptors exhibit high affinity towards each other, and because of their high affinity they mediate these biological effect even if they are present in the picomolar concentration. Next is general properties of the cytokines. First is a particular cytokine may bind to a receptor on the membrane of the same cell. So if it is binding on the same cell from where it is produced, it is exerting an autocrine action, means it is working on the cell from which it is produced. And if these receptors are being released if these receptors are being released from the nearby cells, then it is known as paracrine action, and if it is being circulated to the distant part of the body, this action of cytokine is known as endocrine action. And the next property is they are as I told you that they are functional even in very low concentration. The next property is that cytokines are pleiotropic in nature. Pleiotropic in nature means phenomena in which different actions are produced by same cytokines. Like here we can see that activated TH cell is producing interleukin 4, but it is producing proliferation action and activation and differentiation in B cell, but in the case of thymocytes and mast cells, their only proliferation is occurring. The next property is beta redundancy. Redundancy means that the same effect is produced by different cytokines on the same target cell. For example, here you can see that activated TH cell is producing 3 different types of cytokines and producing a same effect on the producing different effect on a same target cell. Next property is synergy. Synergy means producing a combined effect on the two or more cytokines in the same target cell. Like here you can see that interleukin 4 and interleukin 5 are producing same effect on the B cells, that induces the class switching to IgE. Class switching we will do next after this topic. Next is beta antagonism. Antagonism is opposing the action of each other, like interleukin 4 and interferon gamma is what they are doing. Interleukin 4 is producing inducing the class switching effect, but interferon is produced blocking the class switching phenomena induced by interleukin 4. And last property is beta cascade induction, in which activated TH cell, what they do is cytokine produced in one cell leads to the production of cytokine in the other cell. Like here, one cytokine is produced by TH cell, which is inducing the production of other cytokine by the other cell, and which leads to the activation of the ultimate cell. So now the classification of nomenclature of cytokines. Cytokines are nomenclature. First is interleukins, which act as a mediator between leukocytes and vast majority of helper T cells. When they are produced from lymphocytes, they are known as lymphokines. When they are produced by monocytes, they are called as monokines. And when they produce a particular antiviral response, they are known as interferons. And when these cytokines support the growth of blood cells, that is known as colony stimulating factor. And if their origin is from chemicals, or they mediate towards chemical, they are known as chemokines. Classification: this classified on the basis of biological responses, like I have told you, or the region from where they are produced. Major classification includes lymphokine, interleukins, monokines, interferons, colony stimulating factor, and tumor necrosis factor, alpha or beta. So in this we will study first of all lymphokines. Lymphokines are the type of cytokine which are produced from lymphocytes, as I told you earlier. They are protein mediators which are produced by T cells and direct the immune system response by signaling between its cells. And lymphokines have many roles apart from immune cells. What they are including, like macrophages, lymphocytes, which are present on the infected site in order to mount the immune response. They are responsible for the mounting of phagocytic response, as they are activating the macrophages at the site of infection. So circulating lymphocytes can be detected in a very small concentration of lymphokine, and this concentration gradient is always required in order to produce the immune response. And lymphokines are responsible for activation of B cells to produce the antibodies. These are the some type examples of lymphokines: colony stimulating factor, interferons, interleukins, macrophage inflammatory protein, neuroleukin, osteoclast activating factor, then platelet derived growth factor, then transforming growth factor. All these are the example of lymphokines. Action: what is the action of lymphokines? Basically, lymphokines as I told you, that they activate the B cell. Sometimes they inhibit the macrophage function if interleukin 10 are released. They are involved in the activation of neutrophils, eosinophils, and monocytes. As I told you, apart from immune response elicting, there is one more function, that is they are involved in the bone reabsorption by activation of osteoclast factor. Then bone marrow these are required for growth and differentiation of immune cell. B cell growth and differentiation occur by interleukin 4. B cell differentiation activates some of the macrophages, IL-5, and these are the certain examples of how interleukins work. Next is monokine. As I told you earlier, that the cytokines which are produced by monocytes or the macrophages, they are known as monokines. Example is tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin 1. Other some of them include alpha beta interferon alpha beta or colony stimulating factor. Next is interleukins. Interleukins are are a variety of naturally occurring polypeptides which are the family of cytokines, and they are found in small quantities in a specific type of cells. They are secreted as regulatory proteins which are produced by these interleukins are produced by lymphocytes, monocytes, and various other types of cells, and they are released in they can be released in response to antigenic as well as non-antigenic stimuli. Now the example is interleukin 1. It activates the antigen presenting cell. So remember this, whenever the antigen presenting cell is going to be activated, it is because of the release of interleukin 1. Then CD2 positive affects the differentiation of B cell and T cells which and other immunocompetent cells which take parts in the regulation of cytokines and granulocyte macrophage stimulating factor. Interleukin 2 stimulates the proliferation of B cells and T cells. Interleukin 4 plays the role in differentiation of Th2 cells. So now you can remember that in allergic responses and during the activation and differentiation of Th2 cells, interleukin 2 are released, and interleukin 2 are general which are released for the activation and differentiation of B cells and T cells. Here there are other examples of interleukins, beta. You can remember 3 to 4 examples of interleukins, and you can here interleukin 3. If we discuss, it is required for the activation of hematopoietic cells. You can say that it stimulates natural killer cells, and it is a synergist with interleukin 4. As I told you in previously that when two interleukins are producing same effect together, they are known as synergy. That process is known as synergism. Interleukin 5 stimulates the production and maturation of eosinophils during the time of inflammation. So in case of hypersensitive type 1 hypersensitive reactions, interleukin 5 are released. Interleukin 7 are responsible for the growth as a growth factor of immature B and T cells. It induces apoptosis of tumor cells, and it causes the differentiation of acute myeloblastic leukemia. So they are producing a positive effect as well as negative effect on the body. Interleukin 8 act as a chemotactic factor which attract neutrophils and basophils at the site of inflammation. See, we have studied earlier interleukin 5 at the time of inflammation. Here other interleukins are interleukin 8. Interleukin 9 stimulates the excretion of other interleukins which are required for the cytotoxic activity of T cells and natural killer cells in order to occur the apoptosis. Interleukin 10 act as a repressor for and pro-inflammatory cytokines. So before inflammation, the cytokines released are interleukin 10. There are other examples of interleukin. This you can remember, or you can do only 4 to 5 examples as much as you are comfortable. You can study these examples on your own, and you can ask me if you are not able to understand any point among them. Next important cytokines are beta interferons, which play a role in first line defense in viral infections. As I told you earlier that interferons are involved in antiviral infections. They are part of non-specific immune system. Why non-specific immune system? Because in viral infections and natural killer cells are going to play the role. So natural killer cells are not going to activate our whole immune system. Therefore, they are the part of non-specific immune system. And at the early stages of they are released at the early stages of viral infection before the immune system is specific immune had the time to response. So beta interferons are made by cells in response to appropriate stimulus and are released in the surrounding medium. Like they can bind to the target cell and induce transcription of 20 to 30 genes in the target cell, which results in the antiviral state of the target cell. On the basis of the receptors they receive, the signal which they receive, interferons are of 3 types: type 1, type 2 and type 3. So So in type 1, these bind to the specific cell surface receptor complex, and therefore they are known as interferon alpha receptor, which is further of two types, and then type 2, which binds to the interferon gamma receptor. Therefore it is again of two types. From among them, in humans, interferon gamma is there. Then interferon type 3 signal through a receptor complex consisting of these receptors. So beta, this is the process we have discussed. Suppose a virus enters into our body. What it is going to do? It is going to replicate into new viruses, and it is going to infect the new cell. ठीक है, same is occurring. Or what is going to occur, that it enters into the nucleus and it derives that material. How material will be derived? By the process of transcription translation. Now the virus is infected the host cell. If infected host virus with infected host cells enter into the neighboring cell, it is going to stop the antiviral activity, and with this they are going to help to clear the infection. So interferon released are helpful in the synthesis of antiviral proteins and hence stopping the viral infection. Next type is beta chemokines. They are the family of small cytokines or signaling proteins which are secreted by the cell. As their name is derived from because of they are directed in chemotaxis, nearby responsive cells producing chemotactic properties. The proteins are classified as chemokines, and they share structural category. They are very small in size, like 8 to 10 kilodalton in size. The presence of 4 cysteine residues is confirmed in the 3D location of the chemokines. These are the examples of classification of chemokines, and all of these proteins exert biological effect by specifically interacting with the G protein linked transmembrane receptors. They are known as chemokine receptor. Like in this diagram, wait. Here beta, you can see that G protein receptors are attached to the chemokine receptors of our cell surface. And next is next type is colony stimulating factor, which are secreted glycoproteins that bind to the receptor on the surface of hematopoietic cell by activating intracellular signaling pathway that cause the proliferation and differentiation of blood cells. So next is these colony stimulating factor are soluble in nature and can induce paracrine, endocrine or autocrine signaling. So the main colony stimulating factors, basically CSF1 is involved in macrophage colony stimulating factor, granulocyte macrophage colony stimulating factor, which is particularly related to macrophages containing granulocyte, and granulocyte containing stimulating factor, the granulocytic cells. The last and the important class of cytokine is tumor necrosis factor. Tumor necrosis factor refer to the group of cytokines that cause cell death. 19 cytokines have been identified as a part of tumor necrosis family, and this tumor necrosis family is known for its alpha type, which is best known, and the second is tumor necrosis factor beta, and tumor necrosis factor alpha is monocyte derived cytotoxin, which is important for tumor regression, septic shock, and cachexia. This I'll tell you later on. Next is tumor necrosis factor beta is a cytokine which is inhibited by interleukin 10. Lymphotoxin alpha, lymphotoxin beta are related to cytokines which produced by lymphocytes and are cytotoxic for a wide range of tumor cells. And these are the certain example of some other tumor necrosis factor. This you can skip for the time being. Last is chemocytokine receptor. There are 5 families of cytokine receptors. Immunoglobulin superfamily receptors, class 1 cytokine receptor family, class 2 cytokine receptor family and tumor necrosis factor families, chemokine receptor family. These are the first beta immunoglobulin super family receptor. In this way, they are present in the on the surface of the cell. In this case, what you are able to see is the light chain of the immunoglobulin is present outside the cell surface. Class 1 cytokine receptor includes this type of structure. They are having the conserved sequence here, and this sequence is reserved for the cysteine residues. This is the structure of cytokine class 2 cytokine